Rebecca Winters, now listen, are you pro-bully or anti-bully? This is Rebecca Winters of Time Magazine.
Now, unfortunately, I couldn't hear what you were talking about while I was on hold, so I come into this blind, but
Why do you sound like you're in an echo chamber?
What's that?
Why do you sound like you're in an echo chamber?
Because I'm in a house that has hardwood floors and lacks furnishings.
Buy some furniture, would you? Buy a rug.
Yeah, I'll talk to my husband about that.
He's a cheap-ass, that guy. He's a cheap-ass, but he's good-looking, so I know why you keep him around.
Yeah.
No, but
I like Beautiful. She keeps you in line, Marty.
I got your back,
This is a good addition.
Thanks.
And she's wearing a very tight T-shirt today.
No, I'm not. Don't be fooled. Don't lie.
And so, now listen. Were you a bully in school? Did you ever get in a fight in school?
I was not a bully in school. Not at all.
Did anybody ever pick on you?
I would say I was in that. I'm not proud to say this, but I was in that sort of quiet bystander category.
Does that mean you were a bookish nerd? Can we just say that?
I was a nerd, but I was also like one of the people.
Did you play any sports?
No.
Okay.
No.
That
Did you read books?
What's that?
Did you read a lot of books?
I read a lot of books. But the thing is, you know how there's like bullies, and then there's the people they pick on, and then there's pretty much everybody else, which is like the people who stand there and are like, oh, this is really bad, I should do something, but you don't. That was me. Mm-hmm. I was like the person like, wow, this person is being kind of mean, and why are they taking her Barbies?
Thank God it's not me.
Yeah, and then I wouldn't do anything. But wait, why are you guys talking about bullies?
Well, somebody's doing a show, and they were talking
on everyday issues like depression and slitting your wrists.
And it just took me back to a day when I was in school and dealing with fights and things of that nature. I used to have a kid named Richard Klump that I used to beat the shit out of once a week. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I know you were
a bully, Marty. I know you were a bully. You had to be a bully.
I broke my arm in kindergarten, and I was beating the other kids over the head with it.
Cast?
Yeah, and they kept threatening to kick me out of the school.
Was it a hot pink cast?
It was not hot pink. It was bloody red when I got through with it.
Right?
I don't know why I was so angry, but apparently I was an angry little dude. So, and poor Richard Klump. And the one time the guy got me, he snuck up from behind and gave me a whack in the stomach, ran in the school, thought I wouldn't go after him. Houdini style. Right. What's that guy's name? Blaine? David Blaine style.
David Blaine.
Hits you and disappears. Yeah. And I ran in that classroom and I dove over a desk and I beat the hell out of the guy. I put a beating on that guy.
Yeah, I have no trouble believing that whatsoever.
Those were the days. That was good fun back then.
You know, fun. They don't have that anymore, kids these days.
You can't. But when you were there, what's the deal? You could have sex with anyone and no problems. You're underage people. You could get in fights. There's no problems. But when you turn 18, man, the fun is over. But now the new laws are the kids can't do that. They take these kids to jail if they get in fights. And now the parents get sued. If somebody gets hurt, they're major lawsuits. So, you can't do that now, kids.
It's called no tolerance policy.
No tolerance.
Yeah.
Zero.
I don't. And it's good because you don't need to be doing that. You don't need
Use your words, not your fists.
Exactly.
Good advice.
That's what I say. Now,
hey, I saw the last time I was here, people were asking about Reign Over Me.
Yes.
The new Adam Sandler Don Cheadle movie.
Yes.
Which I saw this week, and which made me laugh because it's directed by Mike Bender, who has been something I understand of a villain on this show. Something of an antagonist, at least theoretically for you.
He was supposed to come on the show an hour before the show. They contact us through his publicist to say he can't come on because he wants to focus on his new film, which I have no problem. But why an hour before the show?
Come on.
You didn't know that before? You set it up. You took the time to do it. He just decided he didn't want to do it. Then we've got his film here that I spent an hour and a half looking at. We can't give it away, but we gave it away to Ebo Tuesday.
Ebo, taking one for the team. I love Ebo.
Ebo's going to check
Ebo
out and report back.
I think Ebo might be one of my favorite Babylonians.
Yeah, she's a cool broad.
With her folk art.
Well, and we want to say hello to Fast Fodder. Or is it Fast Fodder?
I don't know. What is that?
I don't know. And we've got new 19. Saying hello to Beautiful. Well, hello, new. All right, so tell us about the film. Yeah, the Adam Sandler piece. Is it a comedy or is it a straight drama?
Well, it's a drama, but it's got some, as you would expect from a movie that stars Adam Sandler, it's got some funny moments. It's a really different Adam Sandler, though. He plays a guy who lost his wife and kids in one of the planes that crashed into the World Trade Center on 9/11. So, and Don Cheadle plays a friend of his from dental school who just kind of runs into him, 4 years after he's gone through this tragedy, and Adam Sandler's character is really kind of lost it, and he's just living off the money that he got from the accident, and he's really, depressed and in a funk and kind of crazy. And, Adam Sandler is incredibly believable as a completely crazy guy. Completely crazy.
Now, are you sure?
Am I sure what?
Are you sure he's believable?
He's really, 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 really believable.
Really, because I consider him the modern-day Jerry Lewis, So it's...
What is that? What do you mean by that? Because not everybody in your audience is eligible for an AARP card.
Somebody want to take the knife out of my back. It's just really brutal, the stuff that I have to put up with. My career is on a steady decline as I've now approaching the Internet. Maybe the Internet is my venue. And now I get hit between the eyes with that shot. Unbelievable. But
hey, thanks other MFing for those cool pictures from Rain Over Me. You can see the crazy disheveled Adam Sandler in this photo that she posted.
It's a little before and after. The other
it's
one,
a little before.
You could see
the cute scrubbed Adam Sandler, and then you could see crazy guy.
Mm-hmm. I find it interesting that they actually can use the topic of 9/11 now in movies. Like, of course, you had the World Trade Center movie and the Flight 93 come out, but this is something where 9/11 is kind of like the underlying theme, but there's more going on, and I think it's great that we can finally talk about that in mainstream media and not have
that's a good point. And it'll be interesting to see sort of how people respond to it, because it is really only a minor plot point. Like, Adam Sandler could have lost his family in a car accident. The terror attacks are a part of it, but it's a teeny little part of it.
Right.
And then you have this John Cusack movie coming out, Grace is Gone, which is also about a widower. And he's a guy who lost his wife fighting in Iraq. So it's interesting. I guess widowers are hot.
Wait, the wife was fighting in Iraq?
Yeah.
What do women do in Iraq? They're like baking cookies? What's the deal over there?
They drive convoys. They're medics. They're mechanics. The thing about Iraq is... Oh, she said Iraq. Other effing B is very funny. The thing about Iraq...
The only female soldiers I know that were in Iraq, the one got lost and wandered off. Only a woman would get lost in Iraq. Follow the car in front of you. It's a convoy. Wait a second. She was in a convoy.
Yeah, but when every other convoy is blown
Follow the truck in front of you. She's peeling off to ask her.
The thing about the Iraq War, Marty, is it doesn't matter whether you're there as a soldier or not. If you're there... it doesn't matter whether you're there supposedly in combat or not. You're going to get taken out by the suicide bombers.
I'm just asking a question. How does a person get lost in a convoy when you're following in a truck behind a series of trucks?
Maybe it got blown up and she got ejected.
No, she got lost.
Oh my God,
she got lost.
You are cruising right now.
How? How is that possible?
There and see how you do in the desert.
I'm clenching my fists.
I just don't get it. There is no dude
you should
get
it
lost.
Because men never ask for directions in the first place, and you guys are always getting lost.
Point. This beautiful chick is sticking around.
Yeah, but who got lost? The guys didn't get lost. The guys knew where they were going.
You know what? I'm pretty sure there's plenty of guys that got lost and never got found because that's how bad they are at getting directions.
Oh, they're just still wandering around the desert.
You just don't know about it because they're still out there.
So now you're dissing Moses and saying Moses wandered around in the desert for 40 years because he wouldn't ask for directions.
Yeah,
nice.
Exactly.
You just did one fell swoop. You just alienated all the Israelis that listen to this show.
Sorry, guys.
Way to go. You just killed that demographic.
Well, is there a massive Israeli audience for Hollywood Babylon?
Well, let me tell you something. All right, now I've got a T-shirt for anybody who wants it to the Israeli Film Festival. And it's here for you, a large black T-shirt.
What do they have to do to get the T-shirt?
Just call in and talk to you.
2
cents. If they can find the phone.
Yeah. Actually, we have somebody on the line. Looks like we have Bay Area Witch.
Witchy poo.
I like that handle. That's cool.
It's a great handle.
You want to pull her over?
Yeah,
and
put her on and let's see what she's got for Rebecca.
Hey, Bay.
Hey, Bear Witch. Hey, Buddha.
Hey, Boo.
What are you guys doing?
Well, we're talking to you. What's going on? You have a question for Time Magazine?
No, I don't. I just wanted to call in and say hi to you guys and win one of them cool posters, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Cool, we could do that.
Which one do you want?
Well, they're all gone now. I can't see the pictures.
Oh,
Let's
really?
see. I want shoot, where is it?
There's all
The
different.
Rockstar one.
Fergie?
You want the Fergie?
Oh, you guys have a Fergie one?
Yeah,
she's
You
holding
guys have a
flashlight.
Fergie poster?
Yeah,
and
the
it's
black
for
eyed
Planet
piece.
Terror.
Ooh, Fergie's good.
It's hot. She
Save
looks
the
like she's about
gun
to
leg
kick some
one. I
ass.
want the gun leg one.
All right, we'll save
That
that one for you.
Rockstar one is cool, too, though. I love that movie.
They're all cool. I mean, there's a lot
You
of
have
really
that?
great ones.
I'm looking through. Rockstar. Kurt Russell.
Oh, that's
is
not a
sick.
poster. That's just something somebody
That's just a
uploaded
picture from Heather. Okay.
Oh,
from, like, talking about Marky Mark.
My bad.
it's all good. We can throw you something fun. I'm sure you're gonna love anything we pick out for you, Boo.
Why is Xanadu having trouble with her profile page? Why?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You know, a few people have been having problems with their profile singing.
They are. Okay. Well, you know what's happening is they're doing a lot of work on the site because this is the temporary site, and they're going to launch the permanent site. So they're going in and out, and they're doing different things. So from time to time, there's some issues that are related to that. So bear with us. And, they're dealing with a lot of new technology, and as they upload power, more ramming speed! So you can hear them right in the background. They're calling for more ramming speed. I don't even know what it means, but there's stuff going on. So
Everybody keeps asking what poon means, and that means like you're dogged or you've been, like you've been dogged, man.
What does
That's
that stand
poon
for?
means.
PWN you're talking about?
Is it an acronym
Yeah.
for something?
What does that stand for?
It's like when you've been dogged or you've been burned, That's what that means.
When I
a
hear
lot of people
poon,
don't
I
know what
think
that
of
means.
women's parts. That's just it.
Oh, is that what it is?
I don't know. I call mine a poon. Poon.
No, but I mean PWN. Like, does it stand for something?
Let's
Actually, that started because,
I called
people
my
were
grandma
typing
Poon.
so
That
fast,
sounds so nice
and that
now.
they would miss the other letter that was supposed to be in there, so poon would come out. And you've been punked, you've been dogged, you've
Owned.
been burned.
Oh,
That's what that means.
Oh, like
Wow.
owned, punked,
Nar
ownage,
Nar
punked
just
out.
put on the board a nice description, explanation. Sort of like.
PWNED equals owned equals punked out equal dogged, etc.
I tried to
That's
explain
right.
it to them, but they just wouldn't listen to me.
Do you know what it was, Marty?
Yes. Of course.
You did? I don't
Listen,
think you did.
Come on.
I'm lying.
My God.
Exactly.
Marty still
It's
says
nerd talk. It's totally nerd talk. That's what Nar just said. It's total nerd talk.
Yeah.
Well, and Galactic is the go-to guy on anything nerdy. Can I just tell you that? He is the
So is
nerd
Ryan.
of nerds. And who?
And Ryan, he's a
oh
total
yeah,
nerd
I'm
too.
surrounded by nerds here. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, you feel
And
safe,
I'm not
don't
a
you?
nerd.
No, I know
So
you're not
it's
at all.
nice to,
but don't you feel safe?
I do. You know what? I do feel safe, and I feel like I'm helping these nerds become cool. It's like helpful in the geeks.
Sort of a nerd rehab program.
I would
Exactly.
Buddha
say
got the
help
full-on
harder.
serenade today.
Who got the serenade?
Buddha did.
Oh, I did. I definitely rocked the mic for a little bit.
You need to help harder and faster with these guys.
I did.
Much faster. But you have no chance of ever being sexually harassed. That's the great thing.
It is great.
There
The
you
closest
go.
thing to do is, the Star Trek symbols.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
close.
No, listen, I get more harassment than you do because I walk in with these movie posters from the Tarantino film, and these guys suddenly they're all limping around the room, and they're my best friend. It's amazing. You're a girl. What can they do with you?
You have Tarantino posters?
Yeah,
Yes, that's
we're
what's
giving
from
out.
the Grindhouse. These posters
Awesome.
are all
I
from,
want one of those if you're giving those away.
Yeah, we'll definitely send you one.
That's what all these posters are. They're like
They're all from his new movies that are coming out.
Yeah, they're like 12 by
Awesome.
12. And
Cool. Tarantino rocks, man. His movies are just so off-the-wall, crazy crap. It's great.
It
yeah.
is great.
And he's producing a whole bunch of like $3 million budget type horror thriller movies. And actually, we just ran into, got the production office yesterday, and the guy across the hall, they're finishing up producing one of his new films. So we're actually talking to him about his availability to be a line producer on our film. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Did I hear you say that Gene Simmons was going to be on the show soon?
You did hear?
Oh my God! I'm going to cream my pants. I have got to be there for that show.
Nice.
Well, can you explain now? What is it about Gene Simmons that people dig? Because
he's
number
a
one,
badass that doesn't give a fuck.
It's his tongue.
It's his tongue, number one, and
persona.
just that whole band Kiss is just, the whole band is just a god in itself. I mean, you can't get any better than that band from back in the day. I mean, it's an awesome, awesome band, and Gene Simmons rocks, and I love his show, and he's just a cool fucking guy. He's just a really cool guy.
He is. He seems like it. I'm excited to see it when he comes in.
Yeah, as Fanboy says, he's the demon. He's the man.
Is he the demon or
the long tongue in Kiss?
What's that?
Is he the one with the
he's
the long tongue?
Yeah, he's the one. He dated Cher. He dated all of Hollywood, but now he's got
Cher, Donna Summer, and he's been with Shannon Tweed forever.
Well,
for like 20-something years.
He's got a new show, and it's about him and his family. Rebecca, have you seen it?
Family Jewels.
Is that
I haven't seen it, but I've seen the photos. Apparently, in this new season, he and his wife both get facelifts, and it's like documented on the new show. And
that was
last season they did that.
Oh, really? I thought that was the new season.
Yeah, I don't know because they were supposed to have done that last season. Gene was going to do it, and I think Shannon didn't do it because she may have been pregnant. And that's kind of where the season ended. So,
okay.
We're not. I don't know if she is really pregnant or not. I don't know what's going on there. So I guess we'll find out with the new season coming up.
All right.
Did anybody, by any chance? I'm sort of obsessed with the Real Housewives of Orange County.
I am too.
Oh my God! Did anybody watch the reunion show last night?
Have
anybody on the board watched that?
I did not. I missed it, but I get addicted to it. I'll sit down just to kill like a half an hour, watch some TV, and next thing I know, I'm watching the marathon on the Lifetime movie network.
I know. Really? And you can actually feel your brain cells dying.
I can, and I hate myself for watching it, but I can't pull myself away. It's like a car accident.
Well, we just talked to the people at Bravo, and they're trying to get Joe on the show for us to talk to Joe.
Is that the crazy one?
That's the one who is dating
She's the
Slade.
young one.
Oh yeah.
That's using that guy. Well, she uses the guy.
Yeah.
But at any rate, we're going to get her on, and we're also going to get. I think we're going to get Dog the Bounty Hunter on.
Oh,
that was really cool to have him.
Joke.
Yeah, I love Dog the Bounty Hunter.
He is a hardcore badass motherfucker for show.
Yeah,
that fool gets me excited.
Well, but
that's what happened to him though.
Yeah, really. He's getting extradited or something.
Because he arrested that guy in Mexico, and it was illegal to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I think his wife is a big girl, man, but she's sexy.
Oh, she's
I've heard other guys say that she's sexy.
Big boobies.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're big. I would say they're the biggest.
She's got her own zip code for show.
Yeah. The thing that was weird about this, Heather MFB asked what channel Real Housewives is, and it's on Bravo. And the thing that was interesting to me about the show last night was one of those reunion shows where they get the cast together and then they like read them questions that people had emailed in to BravoTV.com.
Mm-hmm.
And all of the women said that they had adjusted their parenting styles after reading comments from people emailing in. Like, people had emailed in and said, you are, too lax with your kids, or you're trying to be best friends with your kids, and they had literally adjusted their parenting styles.
That's kind of cool to have, like, you can see what you're doing and then have a tutorial. Not many parents have that opportunity. They just screw up.
On the one hand, I guess that's good, but on the other hand, like, would you want to get parenting advice from people who email it in to Bravo?
Yeah, it's like you have nothing better to do than email me parenting advice.
I just want to interject to Ebo that they are bigger than my head, and you know how big my ego is, so that's really saying something. But Those people are delusional on that OC show.
They are.
Those women are the most selfish human beings I've ever seen in my life. The woman's talking about how she's engaged and she's in love with the guy. He's buying her a $100,000 Porsche convertible. It has nothing to do with the money or where he takes her. Every single one of them have had a boob job, a nose job. They all have Botox. I mean, which is fine.
What are you talking about, Marty?
On the OC.
On the Real
I don't watch those
shows. I don't know.
No, on the Real Wives of the OC.
I don't watch that show.
You don't watch it.
Well, you should because it's good.
I mean, I've seen bits and parts of it, but it's totally not interesting to me at all.
Yeah, well, it's just a lifestyle that a rare percentage of this population gets to live, and it's interesting to watch to see how just completely and utterly retarded they are when they do live. If they do. But, Bae, we're going to continue on talking to Rebecca about the up-and-coming movies and that kind of stuff, but we'll definitely send you out a poster.
Awesome.
And we will hook you up with some good digs for show.
That'd be super, super great.
Love it and love you.
Thank you, guys. I'll see you in the chatty chat.
You know this. Hasta luego.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey Marty, did you see the story in Entertainment Weekly about what TV actors get paid by any chance?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hang on a second because
we have some notes here.
Yes, we have notes, and this is gold.
It's ridiculous.
This is gold.
It is gold. It's
What's going on over there?
We're getting our notes together.
Okay, sampling of TV star salary survey. Now, worth every penny. Charlie Sheen, 2.5 Men, gets $350,000 per episode.
Per episode.
Now, they say he's worth every penny, and Simon Cowell on American Idol gets $263,000 per episode.
I feel like that's a really random 263. Like
what is that? Not 262?
260. You know, 263. 263.
But do you think that those are fair numbers for those guys? Does Charlie Sheen draw an audience? Is Charlie Sheen that freaking funny?
It's the most popular sitcom on TV right now. I don't get it. Oh, Xanadu, very funny. Xanadu says, does that include extra money for the hookers? I think he expenses those, actually, Xanadu.
Yeah, I think he does it. Listen, Charlie Sheen is funny, but he's funny in a dry way. I don't know that he's funny for a half hour watching him do his dry act. I think he's a good side character. But the guy who plays his brother in that, what's his name?
Martin?
Oh, I can't think of his name. I know who you're talking about.
Somebody on the board will know. The guy who plays the brother, Charlie Sheen, in that show. The guy's painful, man. The guy is not funny. He looks very unhealthy. I don't get the guy at all. I actually met the guy once with his wife, who has since left him. And if you saw the wife, you'd understand why she left.
John Cryer, says. John Cryer. Thank you,
John Cryer. Do people on the board like John Cryer? Do you see John Cryer and go, wow, he's funny? Does he say things and you go, man, that was funny?
He just cries out funny.
No.
That's about how funny John Cryer is. No, but the person on that list who I think is worth every penny and should actually get a raise is Simon Cowell. I think without him...
I can't believe his... Yeah, 263. You'd think, there's always... How many millions of viewers vote alone every day that's on? You'd think he'd get like $1 million per episode.
Well, yeah, and not only that, I mean, he must have some other side deal as a producer, because he produces the show. But beyond that, I mean, American Idol would be completely unwatchable without... Everybody else is like a booster club. He's the only one who actually says anything funny or interesting.
As much as I hate him, because it's so hard to get up there and sing in front of people and put yourself out there, I love him at the same time. Exactly like what you were saying, he's just so entertaining to watch, and the shit that comes out of his mouth is great.
Yeah. There are some people on that list who I don't think...
All right, well, hang on. We got Kiefer Sutherland. They say on 24 gets $400,000 per episode, which I think is appropriate because the guy's show is huge.
It's a 1 hour drama too. It's a 1 hour drama that's completely surrounding him. He's without him there is no 24, and it does great critically and otherwise.
But to put that in perspective, he's making about $10 million on that show per season. Now, you don't work year-round on that show.
Right.
That's what he made on that. Now he'll go do a film in his downtime and commercials and all the other stuff. $10 million just for the show. Pretty wild.
That's awesome.
It is pretty wild.
Well, and that's the thing about this business, though. You know, you could be waiting tables, and if you land something like this, if you nail something like this, overnight you have super wealth.
Mm-hmm.
You have FU money.
You do.
You have money that you have so much money that you can do whatever you want, and if somebody wants you to do something, you say, F you.
Yep.
We were in synchronicity
We
there.
were.
Very nice.
That's how we roll.
We should start our own rock band.
Let's do it.
If
I wanna rock.
All right.
Big
Now,
Doug
if I could
says,
only...
what does Marty get? Big Doug says, what does Marty get for Hollywood Babylon?
Hey, why
Roughly
would
the
you
same.
take me there? Why? I was in a good mood, and now here we go again, Hollywood Babylon, my agent working so hard for me. I love him when my agent calls, he says, listen, I've got a thing for you that I think is going to be great. It's going to be huge. How much does it pay? Let's not talk about that now. Let's focus on what it is. When they launch this thing, it's going to be huge. You're going to have it on us. How much does it pay? Listen, would you get off the money? Life isn't about money, which I try to tell my landlord when he comes around for the rent. He doesn't listen. The agent, whatever. He says, what do you care? I'm taking 15%. 15% of nothing is nothing. I'm taking nothing. You're taking nothing. Nice guy, my agent, isn't he?
Sounds like a really nice.
Yeah, I think you need a new agent. I think
do.
you need Mariska Hargitay's agent.
Yeah, dude.
All right, good investment. Mariska Hargitay, Law and Order, is making $300,000 per episode. $300,000.
She deserves it. I love her, and I love that show. And together,
She deserves it. What does she do
she's got a
on
baby.
that show?
She's got to provide. What does she do on that show? She is the saving grace and she is the victim's advocate on that show.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right.
It takes the side of the broken down heroes.
You have been
that have
molested.
no
You
place
suddenly
to
came
turn.
alive. It's like talking about comic books to Galactic Nar.
It is.
You had a
I love
burst
my
of
Law and
energy.
Order. I love my SVU.
Now, do you know who Mariska Hargitay's father was?
Yes.
Who?
What's his face?
Exactly. What's
No,
his
he
face?
was a big,
It's great that he left that legacy.
No, I
that
totally
he's
know.
a household name that he's referred to. What's his face?
She has two famous parents.
I don't know about the one, but
Her mother got
well, I know who he is.
yeah. I'm gonna find
His
out.
her father was one of the original bodybuilders at Muscle Beach in Venice, and was an incredible athlete, bodybuilder. He was tight with Jack LaLanne, and there's a very famous picture of six guys standing on each other's shoulders, one on top of the other, standing on each other's shoulders. It's the only time it was ever done, only time a picture was taken, and they're all bodybuilder guys, and I think he's up at the top. He had to climb all the way up to the top. Very famous picture, but that's who her father is.
Mickey Hargitay.
Hargitay. Yeah.
And
Oh, that's his name?
Yeah, and he's a former Mr. Universe. And her mother was Jane Mansfield.
Oh, I didn't know
Wow,
that.
she's got some good
Her
genes,
mom was
man.
Jane Mansfield, and Mariska was actually in the car when her mother, when the car ran into the back of that big rig and died.
Wow. Well, most of the people
That's
here
heavy.
do not know who Jane Mansfield was, and Jane Mansfield.
She was like a pinup, right?
Yeah, but she was an actress along the lines of Marilyn Monroe. Really busty, beautiful blonde. And a lot of people feel that if Marilyn Monroe hadn't have died and just had been a person, she would be in the realm of Jane Mansfield or Jane Russell, that nobody would care. But these people die young.
Yeah, and they leave behind a legacy.
Exactly. And
Yeah,
Mansfield's
she was
career
3.5
was
years old.
basically over, and then this happened. And I didn't know that was her mother, though.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
Hey,
Wow.
speaking of buxom blondes, Marty, do you see the picture that Ebo created of Dog the Bounty Hunter's wife with your face on it? It's pretty beautiful. It's a pretty choice piece of... I think that you should arrange an exhibit at the Museum of Contemporary Art of all of Ebo's Photoshop.
She's doing a fantastic job. Look at all these pictures. But I do think, now I'm a little prejudiced, but that is maybe an upgrade over Dog the Bounty Hunter's wife. If he comes on, we should show it to him and see what she says. I just have to shave
It'd be
a little
like Face
close.
Off, that movie. I mean, you can just switch faces and put it on her bod.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that. Marky Mark does that in his downtime a lot.
Switch faces?
Yeah, he likes to put his face on the picture of female bodies.
I thought he'd like to put his face on male bodies. Oh!
Oh, but I'm bummed.
Yeah. Now, listen, not worth it. They have in the category, they have Kevin James is making $400,000 an episode for King of Queens.
Now, who is Kevin James, you may ask?
He is the comedian on King of Queens. Now, listen.
We have the DVD somewhere.
Yeah, where is it? I brought it. Here we go. All right. We've got, for you, if you call in and you'd like it, we have the entire 7th season of King of Queens, 22 episodes. And that means you don't have to sit through any of the commercials. Burt Reynolds, all kinds of people here on this. So it's a whole season, 22 episodes if you're a King of Queens.
Burt Reynolds was on King of Queens?
Yes, you got a problem with that?
How far the mighty fall.
Yeah, right?
I mean, Burt Reynolds.
Gotta love him.
Did anyone see is it The Longest Yard? No. Marty,
Yeah.
what's the football movie that Burt Reynolds was in?
See,
the original
go
was
with
in.
your instincts. Why do you question yourself? It was,
Okay,
the,
it was The
longest
Longest Yard.
yard.
Yeah, and he
it was
played
The
the
Longest
Adam
Yard.
Sandler part.
And then he was in the Adam Sandler one too.
Yeah.
You know, he was in it as like a coach or something, and it just.
Yeah, the inmate.
I mean, I think in the original he had such a
knows
great swagger. He was so, he was believable as an athlete. He was
Well,
cool.
he played at Florida State. He was a running back for Florida State.
So he's a real. He had the chops.
Yeah, he's a real athlete. He's a real guy's guy. It's the problem I have with all these actors, these young guys. They're all bullshit, which leads us into Zach Braff, Scrubs, $350,000 per episode. This guy bores the shit out of me.
Really?
I don't get him. I've seen him in person. You wouldn't look twice at this guy
I just
at
confessed
all.
to my roommate last night that I kind of have a little crush on him and I need to meet him.
Well, do really? Now, see, I've
have him
heard
be
a
my
lot of
boyfriend.
women say that they like him because he seems gentle and intelligent and nice, and he probably is. I don't find him funny. I mean, Garden State, it was okay movie. What comes out of this guy's mouth that you go, stop it, you're killing me? What is Jim Carrey funny about this guy? What is Bill Murray funny about this guy? What is Marty... Never mind.
I
but
agree,
anyway.
no, I agree there. I enjoyed the show Scrubs as a whole. I think the characters are funny. I like, they're just random tidbits of funny things that happen. But him himself, he doesn't scream
Exactly.
funny.
Now, Ryan the Mighty, he won't make any comments about the women, but he's concerned that the poor guy doesn't have a chin. Give Ryan the Mighty a comic book or a guy, and he's there for you.
I know, right?
Love that about Ryan the Mighty.
Gotta love him.
So, anyway, Ebo likes the way he looks. She thinks he's adorable.
I do. I second that notion as well.
I liked Garden State.
What do you think, Rebecca?
You like Garden
I
State?
liked Garden State. He's a little bit one note, I think. He's just sort of like the sensitive emo guy. I'd like to see him try something kind of different.
You mean something with some energy, a personality?
Yeah, I mean, it's good to be good at what he's good at, but I'd love to see him just sort of try something different. Show us a different side of his personality.
Well, Jim Carrey did that, and he's getting a lot of heat for it.
Baby Blue, I'll say hello to you. Hello, Baby Blue. How are you doing, baby? Baby Blue's on the board here, ready to do some stuff. How you doing? Nice to see you.
Wait, now, Mark, did like a Brooklyn fireman just possess your body? I don't understand what happens. You're from
Listen,
you're from Westchester, in Los Angeles.
That's funny. Because
Where
every
do I
time
spend
I've heard
all
him
my
come in
time?
here, he is total New Yorker.
Where is my family from, baby?
Your family
could be
is from
somewhere, but
Ireland.
You could be from somewhere else. Oh, snap! Calling you out. Turn that knife.
All right. I'll remember that when we're walking down the dark alleyway and the people are coming at us.
Hey, take
and
that
I have a bit of an
chummy.
attitude. I'm going to say to you, hey, no, remember, that's not where I'm from. All right, whatever you think there, tough guy.
Ebo lives in Westchester. Does she mean Westchester, Pennsylvania? Westchester, New York?
She said she's from a different spot every time we talk to her.
Ebo's in Cincinnati.
Oh, well, what's this Westchester action?
Maybe there's a Westchester
She's
in
just
Ohio.
playing you.
Hi, Crystal Rain.
Crystal Rain, Crystal Rain.
All right, we got a little too much music all of a sudden on this show.
Hey, did you guys see the story about the the dogs that were paid to sniff out pirated DVDs in Malaysia.
No
I guess the dogs weren't paid.
way.
But the dogs sniffed out pirated DVDs in Malaysia, and they sniffed out
How do you sniff that? What's to sniff between a regular DVD and a pirated DVD?
I'm glad you asked, beautiful. they actually, regular DVDs and pirated DVDs smell exactly the same. But people with regular DVDs don't usually keep a million of them locked up in a cabinet and get all freaked out when police come in and try and find them. So they were like Labrador dogs called like Flo and something or other.
So it's just a scare tactic?
No, it's not a scare tactic. I mean,
they're like heroin dogs. Instead of sniffing out the heroin, they're sniffing out the chemical in the DVDs. And they found over 1 million DVDs behind a door.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they found them in, Asia is sort of ground zero for pirated movies, and so I guess the police, had a sort of sense of where some were going to be. So anyway, these dogs go into this place and they sniff out these 1 million DVDs, and now someone has put a hit out on the labs, on the dogs, and the dogs are in a safe house because people are afraid that the DVD sniffing dogs are going to get
They're
killed.
in eyewitness protection?
If those DVD dogs are sniffing out stink, Ben Affleck's movies are in serious trouble. You know that
I wonder
they're
if his
sniffing
movies
out.
smell different.
They smell different. They listen different. They see different. Ben Affleck is in deep shit. They will not be able to pirate.
Evo says she has a lab.
Well, you better get to stiffing, and you might want to
train
keep
your
the
lab
lab
to sniff DVDs.
Indoors.
You can make some serious coin.
Xanadu has my back on the Ben Affleck statement. Ben Affleck does suck. So, at any rate, that's amazing. They're not going after the drugs. They're not going to talk about all the coke that was in the room, but they got the DVDs.
I know, right?
You're okay with the DVDs.
Oh,
we can all go to sleep night.
We got to bring the other dogs in for the other reason.
That's right. So I think that's pretty wild. Absolutely wild. What else do you have there? Oh,
we could talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja
Well,
Turtles.
hang on. Did you see the last Mimsy?
I did see the last Mimsy.
Because I saw the last Mimsy. And what were your impressions of the last Mimsy, which is starting tomorrow?
Yeah, it's opening tomorrow. I liked the last Mimsy. I thought it was sort of like E.T. It's kind of a sci-fi, family sci-fi movie, a little bit sort of spiritual and high concept. It's got Rainn Wilson, the guy from The Office, in it, who I really like. It's directed by Bob Shea, that's head of New Line Cinema. It'll be interesting to see how it does, because it's not sort of your average family movie. It's a little different. It's a little more...
Yeah, and the advertisements I've been seeing about it have kind of intrigued me, but I'm still confused about the premise of the movie.
It's kind of like an E.T. It's kind of like Close Encounters, but it's more a family-oriented film. I don't see how anybody could see this movie and not like it or say it was terrible. The worst you're going to say is, it was okay. But I think it's a great movie for people to see with the family. Now, you come from a dysfunctional family, so as long as you keep the theater lights on and Uncle sits one seat away from you,
we'll be okay.
There's no grappling, groping, and you won't be scarred from the last Mimsy. So that's my advice on how you see it.
Chester. I'm watching Mimsy.
Chester, the molester. Keep your hands to yourself. That's all you say?
Is anybody on the board planning to go see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Dude,
I'm trying to figure out. Really?
I love TMNT. I was April, the news reporter, for last Halloween, and it was the best outfit ever. April O'Neil. And Teenage Mutant Ninja... I grew up with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, I had the pizza truck that shot out pizzas. I would put on, like, my purple bandana with a big stick.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding. I had a lunchbox. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was the shit in my day.
Xanadu says, my kids do, I don't. I assume Xanadu's saying my kids want to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Go Ninja, go Ninja, go.
Whoa, you're serious. You're hardcore.
I am not kidding about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But Bay Area,
you should take your kids to see the last Mimsy, because that's the great thing about that film is it's a film they'll like. I saw this in a theater screening, actually at Sundance. And there was a kid sitting beside me The kid was going absolutely insane for the movie. He was talking to the movie screen. He would go, "No! Oh my God!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!" He'd lean over to his mother and go, "Wow!" So
I would.
At any rate, so your kids will love it, and it's a movie that you're not going to want to stick needles in your eyes and say, "When can I get out of here?" It's a fun movie.
It is a fun movie.
I'm excited
to see it.
Vanity's saying, I remember when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came out in a real movie, not animated. So people liked it when it was that sort of goofy guys in costumes thing. Now it's animated.
Yeah, that's one thing.
I kind of like the sort of kitschy, completely stupid guys in costumes. Now, I mean, I have not seen the new one, so I can't say, but it looks like they're actually taking it seriously, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, it's like separating the realm between, what's fake and what's real. It's like Toy Story is clearly animated, it looks animated, but this looks like it's actually maybe real life-size mutant Ninja Turtles.
Right.
Wow.
Chris Lorraine says, I like the idea of animated. It's a different spin on it. So people are open to it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, listen, I think do we have Heather on the phone?
We do have Heather on the line. Let's bring her in. Hello, Miss Heather.
Hey!
Hey!
I'm so excited. I've been trying to call in for like half an hour since you guys started the Zach Braff rat.
Why? What was the problem? Were we having technical difficulties, or were you?
Pretty much the world hates me today, Marty. I couldn't even broadcast my own show this morning because something in the air is just trying to kill me off or something.
Really?
I believe.
It's good.
Oh, so is this Heather MFNB?
This is Heather MFNB.
Oh my God.
Heather, just remember,
What is up?
Because you're paranoid doesn't mean people aren't really after you. So
Prozac.
always remember that.
Marty, but earlier the bottle fell off of the door handle, and I'm going to say otherwise.
You call your mom and dad, and they'll fix it for you.
Come on now. What?
You call mom and dad, and they'll fix it for you. You still live at home with mom and dad, don't you?
With Mommy, I do. Yeah, it's true.
That's all right.
Trying to get there. We're gonna get there. Anyway, I really wanted to talk about Zach Braff. I missed everything else, and I even missed the Zach Braff thing.
All right.
But I want to talk about it. Tell me a little bit of what you said so that I can refute it and slam you down.
Well, first of all,
it's not smart to get into an argument, first of all, if you don't know what the argument's about, Heather.
Well, first of all, have you ever met the guy?
Maybe. My roommate was actually on the set of Scrubs last week. She was an extra. And
your roommate met
Do you think he's worth, Heather, $350,000 an episode?
Hell yeah, easily. Have you watched any of the Scrubs? It's geniusness.
Yeah, but here's the thing that you should be aware of, Heather. He doesn't write the show. He doesn't write it. They send him a script. He memorizes the lines, and then he says those lines. And all I said was that if you met him in person, he's not very impressive in person. And I don't.
He's probably used to being flocked by millions of fans a day. You have to expect that he's going to be a little standoffish, probably.
Did you say
especially
flocked?
You, Marty? You're a comedian, big hitter. He's not going to compete with you. He's going to just let you do your thing. He's probably trying to give you the spotlight to fill your head even more.
Did you say that he's flocked or fucked by a lot of people? Because I didn't really catch.
It wasn't clear what the consonant was, actually.
I'm sure both are true. When you're on TV and you're making $350,000 an episode, I'm sure both are very true.
Listen, you know what? More power to him. How many seasons has Scrubs been on? You know what I mean? Like, it's been on for a long amount of time.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that he's paid his dues. When it first came out, not everybody was crazy about it. I'd never even watched it until, I don't know, a couple months ago, and now I'm truly obsessed with it, and I'm positive that it's the show that I would have written later down the line if they would have given me a chance. If they wouldn't have stole it from my brain, I would have written it eventually.
Oh.
I feel that way about Cheers. If they hadn't done it, eventually I would have come around to it with all the time I spend in a bar, and I would have written that show.
I agree.
I think I'm due
You just would have sang, well, everybody knows my name. I'm sure I see you singing that, in fact, in an apartment surrounded by empty bottles and some random dog that you picked up on the street.
Well, I don't know. I don't know that I would have written a song. I don't want to go that far. But I do know that I would have written the characters of the show, absolutely. No question about it.
Can I play Shelley Long?
You can play Shelley Long. You would play.
Is that Kirsty?
No,
it's Shelley Long.
Shelley Long was.
Oh my God!
I'm sorry. Generation gap.
Wow.
How old are you, Heather MFing-B?
I'm 18.
Is that
So
right?
just a babe,
No,
just
I
a
was
child.
before my time.
Yeah,
I would say that's like the most beautiful age on the planet. 18.
No. I mean, it was a cool age.
She
Who
didn't
did do
exist.
a crap, Marty?
No, it's
No,
Marty.
She
Actually,
didn't exist during the time of silent films.
Yeah.
She did not.
Sorry.
Uh-huh.
She did
I
not
learned
see
about
bullets
it
in the
history
theater.
class.
Yeah. So,
So
Heather,
unfortunate.
Heather, you just got out of high school, right?
I actually graduated early so that I could test out some acting stuff. But, yeah, in 2005, so not very long ago.
They let
2005.
special ed graduate early?
Now, who are the most popular stars with you and your friends? Who would be like your top 3 or 4
Marty
people?
wants to hear from the kids.
Are we talking, like, actor-wise?
Yeah, actors, because that's what we talk about here.
Man.
And don't say Misha Barton.
Oh, God. I'm telling you, I've never liked that girl. Everything that she does just makes me want to simultaneously vomit in
Good.
my
So
mouth.
who do
She
you
says
like?
nice
But it
things
could
about
just be
you,
because
Heather.
I'm pretty sure that she's doing that 24 hours a day. What?
Ew.
What did you say, Marty? I missed it
I'm telling you,
completely.
Xanadu gave birth to her daughter when she was 18.
Yeah, there's a pretty
wow.
lively discussion going on the board over whether people would ever want to be 18 again. Those of us who are no longer 18.
You know,
No.
things have changed because my mother had me when she was 18 as well. So, you know, it's just a kid. Teenagers.
That explains
you know,
a lot.
It does. I have a lot of issues, believe me. How does an 18-year-old take care of a kid when you're still a kid yourself?
I feel you, man. I couldn't do it even if I tried. I think that the thing with me still is that, like, when a small child comes around, the only use I have for it is just to punt it or to kick. So I don't know that I'd be the best parent
Wow.
right now.
Yeah, I'd
You
say
might
it'd be
wanna
good
work
to
on
keep
that.
taking those birth control pills.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll probably be a good thing to be celibate until I'm maybe 30, maybe.
Maybe
There's a
40,
lot of
though.
life to live without, without the kids.
I think
So,
suddenly
you know.
the guys are on the board and they're saying, no, you don't want to stay celibate till you're 30. Not if they're dating you. They're saying no.
They're saying, how
Don't
about
hold
tonight,
out.
baby?
What are you, a religious nut? Take it easy. Pace yourself. Don't.
Well, what
panic.
I'm saying is, where's the money, fellas? I'm not seeing any.
You want to
Girls gotta pay her bills.
Well, Vegas is
Right now.
calling you, Miss Massage Therapist. It has a happy
How did we
ending.
get this far off of the topic of Zach Braff?
I
And now we're
know.
talking
We
about
started
It
with
has a
Scrubs.
happy ending for everyone.
Misaki,
But wouldn't you like to see, Heather, wouldn't you like to see Zach Braff do something kind of different? Like, don't you feel like he plays the same guy?
Well, okay, this is how I feel about Zach Braff. Like, he went from, what was it that established him in the
Garden
industry?
State? Garden State?
Was it Garden State, or was it really Scrubs?
It was Scrubs. It was the TV show. From the TV
Yeah.
show, he was able. He wrote a script, and from that, he was able to, because of what his fame was on the show, he was able to get the money and do the low budget picture. And he got what's her face? Who's the little girl that co-starred in that movie?
Natalie Portman.
Love Natalie
go.
Portman. Natalie Portman is a talent.
She's a fox.
Yes, she's beautiful and she's a talent. But he got Natalie Portman, and then Natalie Portman blew up. It helped the film and got who's the other guy that's in the movie that's going out with
Peter Sarsgaard.
Peter Sarsgaard. Thank you. You're like the go-to person
You
for
are.
names. Thank you, Time Magazine. See, while
thank
you were
you.
studying, I was out doing devilish things, so it paid off for
We're
you.
bullying people.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like
his
to
cast.
I don't like to think of it as bullying. I needed to pick up some money somewhere, somehow. So
Milk money.
exactly.
Pick up
Yeah.
gas money now. You make $1 million. Take
You know
people's
what
gas
else
money.
Zach Braff did? Was he was the voice in Chicken Little.
Really?
Was
Yeah.
it really?
Mhm.
Was he chicken?
Yeah, he was Chicken Little.
Really? I wonder if this guy's true.
Ebo, I'm a little jealous of you too. I'll say it. I went out there. I'll put myself out there. She's saying I'm jealous of everyone but her. No, I'm a
He
little
also
jealous
said you
of
were
you.
out drinking and beating homeless people while I was studying.
Yes.
I think that Ebo actually is spying on Marty Keegan because it seems like everything that she says is so close to reality.
Oh.
I mean, she's putting it out there like it's jokes,
Yeah,
but
she's
I'm
got a
pretty
webcam
sure.
for sure.
Pretty sure she knows more than she leaves on.
No, while you were studying, I was out in comedy clubs. hitting the road, doing that
Right.
great gig in Wichita.
Following your
Nice.
dreams.
Following the dreams of drunk people on a Wednesday night, heckling me, and after the show, wanting to buy me. You know, they heckle you, and then after the show, literally, they buy you drinks, they want you to come over to the house, and they say, well, I just want to help you because they think it's fun. It's like, dude, I have an act. Do you hear the act?
Right.
You hear me
Are we
stopping in
talking
the middle?
about females or the
form, too.
bouncers of the club?
We're talking about all of them. All of
Okay,
them.
all right. Okay.
So, at any rate, so now, but who are the stars that you like? Who are the actors that
Tell Grandpa what the kids are into, Heather.
Okay, all right. Now, when I was in high school, I got to tell you, I was into...
Why don't you just say last week?
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
yeah, high school.
What?
You're
Yesterday,
18.
When I was
You're
in high
talking about-
school, like your grandpa talking about a story about the
used to walk
kids
to
back in the
school.
day.
Are we talking right now, or are we talking when I was in high school?
That
'Cause
was
that was
right
a few
now.
years back.
Yeah, okay, that was September, all right, or
Yeah,
June, or
okay.
whenever you graduate.
Moving on.
Yes, last June.
Okay,
Say last
apparently
June.
2005.
Long ago and far, far away,
Walk
when Heather was
uphill
in high
both
school,
ways in
she
the
liked.
snow with no shoes
Thanks,
on.
Mama. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
All right.
I liked, gosh, who did I like? I liked, it was a new artist every week for
Who do
me.
you
like
like right now?
I
Right
get
now,
really
what
intense
name
with one
comes to mind?
person.
What is the long
Getting blood
answer?
out of a
Just give us some
stone there.
names. It's like,
Crystal Rain said, I love Jonathan Brandis. Brandis? Who's
Oh,
that? when I
hell
was in high
yeah.
school?
He was the kid in Neverending Story.
Oh, I
He
think
shot
you need to sing
himself.
that song.
the Never-Ending Story, the film?
Yeah, remember that?
That was out like in
Interesting.
1980 something.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I went to the premiere of that, actually.
Wow. Did you
Wow.
come in on a dinosaur?
Marty, were you at
It
the
was-
premiere of Casablanca?
Yeah.
I was, and I didn't like the attitude of Humphrey Bogart. He ignored me. I didn't like it.
Oh, damn.
That movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
evidently
every time.
Crystal Rain was talking about Neverending Story 2.
Well, so was I.
Mm-hmm.
Burn.
Wait, what?
Burn
Why
it.
is Evo feeling like snorting coke right now? I think that Marty has that effect on everyone, Evo.
I get you
Something
going.
else.
I get you going, get you energized. It's a party with Marte. I am
We got 'em
Marticus.
lined up
what?
right now. We got initials going on with this ski slope.
Hey.
Jafar, somebody's like into your voice, beautiful. Jafar.
Thanks, Big J.
Now be careful because this could be like that Sting on NBC where they have the child
How to
molesters.
Catch a Predator.
Guys show up with the condoms.
and beer. I was just
yeah,
here to have
the beer.
fun.
Yeah, she's 12. You know, she had to
She
learn
said
something.
she was 18.
Yeah, said she was 18. They
Oh,
send
really?
these emails saying, I'll
Because
teach
we
you
have
everything.
the
Can we
chat
start
log
with
right
algebra?
here. Yeah.
Can we start with basic math and work our way
I love
up
when they
to
dig them into a corner.
B and D stuff
Yeah.
with a 12-year-old?
Oy.
Does that
Bigger
take?
than or less
my.
than? 5 condoms.
Yeah. Sequest. DSCV
Wow.
on TV.
Yeah, that's
oh, yeah.
what Jonathan Brandis is.
What does DSCV stand for?
Sequest, Deep Sea. something.
Ah, okay. That's
Maybe?
the name of the show.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. I got to be honest. I
Hey.
feel like I'm in a rave, like I'm dropping X or something.
Well,
I'm gonna drop something out there.
Do
it.
Russell Crowe is directing a movie.
What one?
Okay.
It's going to be about Australian surfers.
Oh my God! I will go and see that in a heartbeat.
is he
He'll
going to
be
be in it?
behind the camera.
Is he going to
What's
be in
the
it?
difference between an Australian surfer and any other surfer?
The
'Cause I'm not
waves
sure that I know.
and
I
the
think
accent.
personal hygiene.
Mm.
Okay.
Actually, surfers aren't really known for their hygiene. I don't know, Australian surfers. Evidently, there's like a
Crikey, that's
super
a big
renegade.
life. That's
Is Heath Ledger going to be in it?
Good question. I don't think they started casting yet.
Well, Marty, it looks like there's
Maybe the
plenty of
guy from
time for you
House
to
will be
slip
on
into
it.
that one.
I'm
right.
ready to roll. Get
Well,
my
I'm just
surfboard.
curious.
We got
I mean,
Surf
being a
Babe.
director-
Surf Babe should be out there doing
I
her
know
thing.
Surf Babe should be in that. Where is
totally
Surf
should.
Babe?
Surf Babe is
Somewhere
waiting
lost
some
in
tables
space.
right now. She actually just did some calendar, some bikini calendar.
Huh. No one would ever buy
Well,
my
I
account.
The
I'm just
Ladybugs.
curious.
That's right.
Oh,
Marty,
I love the ladybugs.
Marty, as someone who's directed, how do you think Russell Crowe, given his personality, will be? How do you think he'll do as a director?
Is this his first time directing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he'll be fine. I think Russell Crowe does get a bum rap. I think if you knew Russell Crowe, I got a feeling. Now, I don't know him, but we had on Jacqueline McKenzie from the 4400 last week, and she talked about working with him in her first film, and what a great guy he was, and how he got along with everyone. Yes, when he wasn't beating the crap out of people, they got along. I got a feeling that if you know Russell Crowe, and you hang out with the guy, he's very loyal.
The way that you do?
Yeah, no. I'm kissing up in case there's that opportunity down the line.
Okay, good idea.
I think that he's probably a very stand-up guy. I'm sure he'll go out of his way to make the actors feel comfortable. The great thing about being in his position, look, when you don't need the money and you can do whatever you want, it relaxes you because you're not trying to prove anything. So he can do what he wants, and he can give the actors extra latitude. I think he'll do okay, and he'll surround himself with great cameramen and get help there. And
as Jafar says, though, Marty, if Russell doesn't like what he's getting out of his actors, he can just throw the phone at them.
Throw it.
He can just nice.
Yeah,
right.
Early and often.
That is like sort of plan B, right? When you don't do what he wants.
Yeah, we should set him up with Naomi Campbell.
Yeah.
I think that's a match made in heaven. Every time he doesn't like what's coming out of the kitchen for dinner, he throws the phone at her, and she's throwing the phone back saying, "Cook it yourself, you Aussie son of a bitch." That's nice.
That would be a great TV show, actually. Just the Russell and Naomi show.
Yeah, reality.
If Singular was smart, they would get Naomi to do a commercial in which she...
I know, that would be an awesome campaign of celebs throwing their phones at paparazzi or something.
You know who's...
Look at what it lasts through.
Now, thank you, Jafar. Now, you know who is coming out with a movie? They're doing a movie, the Anna Nicole movie.
Oh,
it's good that they're
heard about that.
They're not
over her.
Yeah, and they're throwing out, like, which actress is going to play her. And they've got some big hitters, but I don't know.
Like Ashley Simpson?
Well, let me see.
Well, wait a second. The great thing is you just need a bad actress. She was a bad actress.
Where can
you
I
got your
sign
pick
up?
of any bad, blonde, big-breasted actress. You got
Who likes to do drugs and get wasted.
Yeah, that's all of Hollywood.
Right there.
You know, throw a dartboard at the
sweetheart.
wall and hit something, and you pretty much got your
Lindsay
girlfriend.
Lohan, hands down.
Lindsay
Should be.
Lohan.
Ebo's throwing the name Britney Spears out there.
She's got no hair
Tori
right now.
Spelling.
Yeah.
And Tori's got the money
Sorry,
to
Crystal
finance
Rain
it.
says Tori
Not really.
Spelling, and I
She
did
didn't
see,
get
I
that
saw an
name.
article that said that it was like Tori Spelling, Jessica Simpson, they did have these people, like people that they had asked to play her in this movie.
Well, now, wait a second. Evo's saying Britney Spears or Anna's the Baby. How about an Eddie Murphy tour de force where she plays both? And we put her in a fat suit to play a third character just to show her range. That's all I'm saying.
Nice. TMZ. Okay, I'm looking that up right now. That would be a good show to see Eddie Murphy as Anna Nicole Smith. What do you think would be the plot line of that, though? Because I think that Eddie Murphy, changes every plot line somehow. It could be about like world hunger, and it would end up about Eddie Murphy and farting out of his armpit.
Yeah, and flatulence. That's
In a
it.
fat
You
suit,
you mix that in, and you got Eddie Murphy Supreme for her, and Aqua is so relieved that they're finally making the movie. She's been dead for all of 2 weeks. It's about time that we get the real inside story here, and it's good that Hollywood isn't exploiting her death. I love it.
I really like how they're handling her.
I love it when the
very
E
classy.
network.
Entertainment Tonight hasn't even talked about it. It's really classy the way they're doing
It's
it.
beautiful.
True.
Entertainment Tonight comes on and says, we are going to be here for the inside story, and we will bring you the coverage to get it out to you like they really care.
Yeah.
Like they really care. Who's this guy, Billy, what's his name? On
Blanks?
Nah, on the
Billy
entertainment.
Blank.
Isn't that Mark McGrath?
No. Oh, what is with that sellout? Mark
know,
McGrath.
right?
Dude was a rock and roller, and now he's Joe Preppy on entertainment.
I met him at a bar
Oh,
and called him
Metro
Mike by
now.
accident.
I
And he was like,
think that actually he came out, and then once you come out, it's imperative that you go on E and you host a show. I'm pretty sure that's
Well,
like
I
part of
don't
the
do
memo
drugs.
you get when you're like, hey, guess what? I'm gay. And then they give you a memo, and it's like, okay, here's the dates that you need to show up at the E Entertainment studio, and here's the times you're on.
When I
I'm
tell
pretty sure.
people I'm gay, they don't say that.
Really? What did they say?
They say,
Bend over.
I thought so. They say, I thought so. And I don't think that's very nice. Ryan the Mighty coming through, Billy Bush. Yes. Billy Bush. Now, I was at a screening, and Billy Bush sat in front of me. And it's like, what is this guy's skill? He stands up and he reads a monitor, and it's like celebrity by proxy because he talks to them. He thinks he is the celebrity, like he has some skill. The guy was so arrogant. It was unbelievable, like he was Jack Nicholson or something. Because you talk to Jack Nicholson does not make you Jack Nicholson.
Good point.
I don't even know who you're talking about right now. I got to be honest.
Billy Bush.
He's on Access Hollywood, Billy Bush is.
Mama, you're showing your age with Billy Barty. That's all I'm saying. There's 8 of us on this board that know who Billy Barty is.
And I am not one of them.
You don't know who Billy Barty is? He was a midget. He's the most famous midget actor of all time. No, Billy Barty was not on Seinfeld. Billy Barty actually was in the original Little
the guy that used to have like the little top hat and everything, right?
Right. Well, actually,
anybody?
I'm telling. Billy Barty was the guy. He was in the Mickey Maguire series. It was him and Mickey Rooney as kids, which was the first Little Rascals, which was done right when they came into talkies. And I actually did an interview with Mickey Rooney talking about the series. And poor Mickey Rooney has lost it. You know, he's lost it. And I did a show years ago at the Shrine Auditorium. I think it was for a policeman's benefit. And Mickey Rooney was the MC. And I'm 6'3", and Mickey Rooney is, you know, he's a little teeny guy, but he has like the greatest energy of any human being you've ever met in your life. And he comes out and he says, "All right, big man, I'm going to bring you up next, and this is what we're going to do, and you're going to do this, and you're going to be great." And I was like, oh my God, I'm talking to Mickey Rooney.
Dragon?
Yeah, Pete's Dragon, sure. Yeah, and so at any rate, so I had this great experience. Well, fast forward 10 years later, I get hired to direct this interview segment with him so he can reminisce about this show that he did in the 30s. Right? So they have all these wild stuff. There were no laws for the child actors at that time. So you see these kids are with real wild animals. The kid is with a crocodile and a lion.
No trainers.
They've got them hanging off buildings, literally holding them out with no safety wires. The kids look terrified. So I go to ask him about this stuff. And he comes walking in the hotel, and I say, "Hi, Mr. Rooney. I don't know if you'll remember me. I'm Marty Keegan." He stops right there. "Remember you? Why would I remember you? You know how many people I've met in my life. Why would I remember you?" And he walks away, and I go, "Holy shit, man. What a way to begin this whole thing." So then we go in, and we go do the interview. And every question I ask him, he says, "Yes. No. I have like a 20-minute question to revive his memory and everything. Yes. No." And then he's getting pissed, and he's yelling at me. "How old are you? You couldn't remember what happened to you last week, and you're asking me about something 50 years ago?" And it's like, dude, we're paying you a lot of money to remember.
Right?
Make shit up, would you? It's a documentary for the film.
Say yes and nod
Hey,
your
Marty,
head
there's
and
some
smile.
confusion on the board about which Mickey you're talking about. Some
Mickey
people are
Rooney.
saying-
Mickey Rooney.
Yeah, I know, but some people are getting him confused with Mickey Rourke.
No.
Let's get some pictures
Well,
up there
no,
of him then,
Mickey Rooney is what was the horse movie, the race movie that he was
National Velvet?
No, not
Seabiscuit?
National. No, it was out in like the 80s.
Horse Whisperer?
How do you
Okay, is this the bald, white-haired, kind of obese man?
He was in Pete's Dragon.
Pete's Dragon.
Okay.
It's a mad, mad, mad world.
You know, up there.
Song and dance.
He's done some big things, hasn't he? He's done some really big things. Because I recognize his name, definitely.
Yes.
Okay. He's in, you know what he's in that's out right now is Night at the Museum. He plays one of the security guards, if anybody saw that movie that was out at Christmas time.
Oh, with Ben Stiller and...
he plays one of the little, he's a little angry security guard. Actually sounds like his personality as much as Marty described it. But I think it's funny that, Mickey Rooney and Mickey Rourke that people are getting them confused.
Well,
Big Dog says, Mickey Rooney is a hole, yelled at me on a golf course. I can actually see that happening. I can see many people actually yelling at Big Dog on a golf course, especially people such as Mickey Rooney.
Aqua is right on the money. He's both known for Judy Garland. Back in the MGM days, him and Judy Garland, they would star in all the movies together. And, that they were famous for the end of every movie was like the same. "Hey, kids, we'll put on a show.
Yeah,
my mom will make the costumes. My dad will build the stage. We'll get everybody in the neighborhood. It'll be great." And they'd put on this musical that, you'd have to do at MGM to do, and Judy Garland's belting out songs. And so that's what he's most famous for. But at one time, it just shows you how things change in Hollywood. At one time, Mickey Rooney was the #1 star in Hollywood. He was #1 at the box office. There was nobody bigger than Mickey Rooney. Not John Wayne, not Gary Cooper, not Tom Cruise or Burt Reynolds. He was the it guy. And now you have people saying, who is he? So, it's fame is fleeting, man, and that's why you stay real and you enjoy what you're doing because...
And you invest the money that you get from it.
There's some pictures. Now, that picture of him on the board as a young boy, that's him as Puck from 12th Night.
Oh, wow.
Now, I don't want to brag, but who the hell knows that that's him as Puck from 12th Night from 1938 or whatever the hell it was.
Say, how many eons was that?
What's that?
Only someone who lived through it would know that, Marty.
True.
Well,
point.
Okay. Thank you, Aqua. He says, Mickey is older than dirt. No wonder he's angry. Yeah, he's a little angry, little, it's the Alzheimer's, that's the dementia. That's wild thing.
If I went from this little kid, the cute little kid and Puck or whatever it is, to this guy whose teeth are yellow, they probably aren't even real, and he can't even, keep them clean.
Sticks of butter.
And he's lost half his head, with a
half
pear.
His head?
I mean, literally, actually, one day he actually lost half of his head. It was a freak accident, so I'd be angry about that, too. I'm just saying, Marty, maybe you should consider that. How many things has this man gone through? He probably actually even had hemorrhoids at the time, because I hear that that's common in old people. So,
Marty,
consider the adversity that this man has to go through on a day-to-day basis. Gosh, Marty, you're such a diva.
Well, and I must tell you that I was just relaying the story. I love Mickey Rooney, and he's a hero to me, and he was very great to me as a kid and as a comic. So I have nothing but nice things to say about Mickey Rooney, but it is a pretty funny story because, I was so glazed over. I was so excited to reunite and see him and see if he'd remember me, and sure enough, man, remember you? I met a lot of people, kid. Get out of my way. Why would I remember you? Oh, my God. Talk about shrinkage. There it is.
It's a nice, humbling something to happen, at least,
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be on his Christmas list with Judy Garland, but I thought maybe he'd have some recollection of what took place. So, at any rate, what is Mickey Rooney's real name? That's a great one, Big Dog.
Maybe you can win the King of Queens DVD if you know the answer.
I'll tell you something that was fascinating. Him talking about coming on out to California
in the
as
Golden
a kid.
Rush?
Basically, they came out in a car, and he said, listen, there were no hotels along the way. It was wide open.
Oregon Trail style.
Yeah, he came out in the 20s. There was nothing. He said you'd pull on over, and you'd sleep in the car or you'd sleep on the ground.
Outside.
He talked about how there was... the movie theaters weren't like movie theaters today. They didn't sell any food. They were exhibitions. They'd come on in with the films.
People got together.
Yeah, for like 3 days.
Yeah. Oh, and the night at the movies was a big deal. Like people dressed.
No, but this is in the very beginning. They were like fold-out chairs. They'd show them on the side of a wall. It was unbelievable. No popcorn, nothing. No refrigeration. It was insane.
Damn. Can you imagine those days? Can you even imagine it? Well, Marty, you probably can, but I can't.
Imagine it. I lived it. Listen, you guys are the best. Ebo, yes, that is Mickey Rooney's name, Joseph Ewell Jr.
Hello. Just peek on a few up higher on your chat board there, Marty Keegan.
Oh wow! See, you're not aggressive. If you were at Newsweek, you'd be really a lot more aggressive. Time Magazine, you need to get aggressive to get that scoop.
I was aggressive. I'm up there. If you look a few up from Evo, you will see Joe Ewell Jr. a la Scoop Gal, which is moi.
Oh, I see. Okay.
We should,
story.
And I did it while talking. I'm a multitasker. Thank you, Big Dog.
Get on that, Becca Boo.
Wait, you're Scoop Gal? Why didn't I catch that?
I don't know.
Look at
Finally, it's been revealed.
I just know that Big Dog is going off on a senior citizen because he didn't play fast enough on a golf cart. Dude is like 90. Cut him some slack.
Big Dog is cruel.
Cut him some slack, dude. My gosh. At any rate.
Wait, what is Big Dog currently saying about Scoop Gal's personality? I'm confused on it.
Well, they fired everybody at time. Okay. They fired like 40% of the workforce. They scaled everything down.
Really?
And Scoop Gal is the only chick that kept her job.
You go, girl.
So
Well,
Really?
there's some other people. There's some other people who kept their jobs, but Big Dog is suggesting that it had something to do with my grading persona.
Listen, I'll let you take that up with Big Dog. Big Dog is saying, cut him some slack. He's talking about 20 years ago. Oh, okay, the guy was only 70. All right, he was only 70. He was playing too fast. Guy was worried about solid foods. I will tell you this, because this was hysterical. We're having lunch down at the hotel in Westlake Village here in L.A., and his wife is yelling at him to eat his vegetables. I'm not kidding you. And he's like, I don't want to. And she's like, Mickey, do it. Eat the vegetables. And the producer and I are like looking at each other like we don't know where to look, what to say. I'm feeling very uncomfortable. And then somebody walks through the hotel, older people, and they come on over and they get so excited that it's Mickey Rooney. I mean, this is a guy that was with Judy Garland. They grew up. They're visiting L.A. They're so jacked up. They come over. They ask for an autograph while he's eating. He's very pleasant, and he signs the autograph. And he's like, yeah, okay, thank you for stopping by. I swear to God, the guy takes 3 steps away, and the guy looks at me and goes, fucking people won't leave me alone. It's been my whole life. They won't let me eat a fucking meal in peace.
Can't even eat my goddamn veggies.
It was a riot, man. I almost fell out of the chair to hear him cursing and saying that. It was an absolute riot.
That's great.
So,
I love when stars do
So you have to consider, at like 90 years old, I mean, think about what these people need to be eating. It should be like broth and things, because I'm sure that his teeth are not in good shape. And I mean, his esophagus, I'm sure he's a smoker. He just looks like a smoker to me. And I don't know. I think that mainly it's like, He takes the ramen because at his age, he doesn't need to spend money on food because that's how those old people are. I'm telling you, I've done a study on it.
Take it easy. I don't want to say anything, but you're 18. What the hell do you know?
Hey, Marty, being old, I actually have to head out.
Okay.
So thank you for letting me BS with you guys. It was fun.
Well, thank you for being on and enlightening us with all of your beautiful words and thoughts and comebacks. They were awesome.
Well, thank you.
I think you should be on every show, by the way. I really do.
Now, please tell us the new story that you have coming on out and where they go and read that on.
Okay.
What is it? Is it
time.com?
time.com?
Do some pluggage.
Okay, yeah, there's tomorrow's issue of Time Magazine that comes out. There's a story on the new Showtime show, The Tudors, which I wrote.
Which is about King Henry VIII, but it's all sexed up, young, hot.
Yeah, young King Henry VIII. It stars Jonathan Rhys-Meyers, who looks pretty darn good in tights. So check it out. You can also read it on time.com. I'll also be putting up a column soon about my set visit to Rob Zombie's Halloween. So yeah, check it all out, and thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming out, Duty.
Bye.
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 All right.
All right. Very good.
That's how we roll.
Wow.
Oh, you're still there.
I really want her to be on every show, Marty, because she comes on and she raises the morale. She pointed out that she loves me first off, and I got to give her kudos because that's how every guest should be.